Right, here we are for the first tutorial for our curved top box, our new project. You can see from this drawing that it's actually quite a tricky drawing. Mr. Mike and I have tried a number of times. You can see all our files over here. Not because it's been difficult to draw, but we've just been trying to work out the easiest way to teach you. So you'll see, rather than the last drawing, which was an assembly, this drawing has actually all been drawn on the one drawing. So we haven't taken different pieces and then assembled them. We've just drawn them all here in the right situation as we go. Now the thing that's driven this whole drawing is our initial sketch, which is this sketch here. So if we zoom out, you can see the whole thing. So the first thing we need to do, you can see here's the width of the sides, and here's the curvature of the top. So the first thing we need to do is generate this sketch before we can start making our three-dimensional drawing. So let's go with a new design, and we'll save this. I've already created a Year 11 Lamination Project folder, and I'm going to call this 006 because that's how many times I've tried this. So let's go to our front view. It's just taking a wee while to save over there. Right, and we're going to start with that rectangle. And rather than starting in the center, we're just going to start off to the side a little bit, and we're going to drag our rectangle. It's 90 by 150. And then let's put this away so we've got a bit more screen. Now we want to place this in the middle of the screen, so we're going to bring out our dimension tool, D, dimension, measuring from here to here, dragging down. Now I want to show you a cool trick. Rather than typing 75 in there, I'm going to click on 150 and then divide it by 2. And that just bangs that straight in as 75. So that's a much easier way to do that. And then if you wanted to change this measurement in the future, the whole thing changes. So you don't have to go back and change that measurement. Let's undo that though. Right. The next thing we need are our two sides, so we're going to use the offset tool. Click on here and O for offset, drag it, -8. Thickness of the walls for this is 8 millimeters. So O for offset, drag this, oh sorry, selected the whole thing, we just want this side here. O for offset. We're going to have to do it. Click on this first and then go O. Type -8. Center. Okay. So there's our first two sides. Now we're going to zoom right out. And we're going to draw a center line right up the middle of the drawing. This is going to be useful for us later on. So just going to snap down here, draw all the way up. Doesn't matter how long that is, as long as you can. And then we're going to convert that into a construction line. So often your sketch palette is just tucked away like this on the side. So you need to open it up and click on this construction button, and that makes that into a dotted line. Right, and then we need a circle to generate that curve. So the C for circle, and just put the center point anywhere you want on this line, and drag out the corner so that it's touching one of these corners here. Now, once you've pressed escape, you can drag the center of that circle and you can change the size of it really easily. Now we actually want to make it 300 millimeters, so we can click on D for dimension again. I'm going to dimension the circle. And just, oh, that was a good guess first time, wasn't it? Type that in and 300, and it'll tune that up to be exactly the right size. Again, we're going to turn that circle into a construction line, and then again we're going to offset it, this time 2 millimeters in each direction, so O for offset. I'm going to go -2, and then again offset, O for offset 2. So you can zoom in here. You can see we've got the first line that went through this intersection, and we've got these two other lines. Let's make these solid, so we turn construction off. So these are the lines for our curved top. Now, from here, we just need to do a few small sort of technical drawings to help us. So we're going to start with a line, alpha line. I'm going to place it in the center here and drag it up through here. Doesn't matter how long it is, just as long as it goes right through there. We'll click on that and make it a construction, and then we're going to dimension again, D for dimension, here to here. Try again. D for dimension, here to here. Now that should be 4 millimeters, which it is. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is draw a line from here out to here, and it's going to be 10 millimeters long. So I'm going to drag it to about 10, and then I'm going to type 10, and it'll click to that line. We're doing that twice. Alpha line, start from here, drag out this way, 10, and then click down. Now if we skip back to our original drawing, I just want to show you why we've done that. When you look at this drawing here, you can see the thickness around the edge of this top is 20 millimeters the whole way. So it's 20 millimeters here. It's also 20 millimeters on this curved surface. And the reason, so what we've done into the drawing we're working on is we've created that 20 millimeters, 10 plus 10 there, for the correct distance between those pieces, those parts. So now we're going to zoom right out. And we're going to draw two new lines. One's going to start from the center and click there, and then the second one is going to start from there and go back to the center. Then we're going to zoom right into where we were, and this will be 20 millimeters between here and here, so we can delete out these lines now. Just check, yeah, still in there, that straight line. Let's get rid of this one. Oh, that's not what we wanted. There we go, those are the lines we want to delete out, so you can see our centre line there, a bit tricky to highlight. And then we want to extend these lines so they come right through. So there is a clever little tool we can use called Extend, and it'll just, look at that, fantastic. And then we can click over here and it'll do it again, so it's extended those lines through. Now we need to mirror this on the other side, so there is actually quite a nice way to copy that. We can take just we can click on this line, and we'll click on this line holding shift down, and then we can go sketch mirror. We've selected the two lines, and we select our mirror line through the center, and then they pop over there. So, okay. So that's the first stage of our drawing finished. We've got the sides in place, and we've got the curve for the top in place, and we've also spaced out those 20mm, those lines there at 20mm apart. So we're going to pause this tutorial now, and shortly we'll start the next one.